Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Welcome back to the Misunderstood Show. Today we have Andrew Perry with Conroe Noon Lions Club, which is a local
service organization,
charity, nonprofit organization that does community service projects and helps kids. And we do just a lot of volunteering and community service. But it's an international, legit club that's been around since.
Conroe Noon has been around since 1939.
How long has Lions Club been around?
1917, I believe.
Okay.
Um,
So it's been around for a little while.
Yeah.
And what do you know what started it?
In Chicago, I believe. Golly, I didn't know I had to come up with the
like,
history.
do you know
I should have.
or like why they started it?
Some businessmen started it. It was a businessman's. In fact, they didn't let women into Lions Club until 1987.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we've gotten better and stronger since then.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now you got women running it.
Exactly.
Our president is a woman.
We do.
Vicky runs the place.
No, we would not be who we are today without women. I mean, I think everybody would agree with that. And not just Conroe Noon Lions
Right.
all over the world wouldn't be who we are today without women. I mean, there's no way.
Right.
No way.
Well, we're the compassionate part of it.
And probably better organized than most men, I would say.
I think everybody's different.
That's true.
I know a lot of unorganized women. I know a lot
Right.
of unorganized men. I know
That's
a lot of
true. That's
organized
fair.
men and organized women.
That's fair.
I know some really anal men.
So Lions International is the largest service organization in the world.
Yeah. And we are number one. We are the greatest Lions Club in the world.
We are the greatest Lions Club in the world. That's our quote.
Because it's true.
It's very true.
And people do visit our Lions Club from all over the place, and they come to our Lions, and they're like, "Wow,
we are."
So we are.
We currently are second or third. We rotate between second and third in
Japan
member
and
count.
California, right?
No, just in the United States. On a global scale, I'm not sure, but in the United States, we rotate between being second and being third. Right now, our membership's a little down, maybe compared to the previous 5 years.
Yeah.
So we're going to work on that. In fact, we can talk about it today.
For sure.
Put a big invite out, big push.
Dick's gonna start
to the
coming to
audience.
Lions Club, right?
Please.
Start coming to Lions Club. I think he has a show recording during our meetings.
I was part of it.
Do you have a show on Wednesdays at 11:30 to 1?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's why I had to leave.
Yeah.
I was part of it for 2 years, but I just could never make anything.
We need you to come back. You're gonna
Come back.
We did a live recording
You did?
when we did that special needs fishing thing.
Oh, with
Kids
the
on the Lake.
kids on the lake. Yeah.
Kids on the Lake.
Really? We should do that again. Can we do that again?
Outside.
Okay.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That's something worth exploring for
He's a
sure.
good dude over here.
Kids on the Lake is a fun one. So Kids on the Lake is, for
It
your audience
is.
who doesn't know, is a fishing, I'm going to call it a tournament, but it's not scored or anything. Well, I guess it is. Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
We
it
give
is.
out
There's
prizes
prizes
and
and
contests.
everything.
You're right.
Mhm.
So a fishing tournament for children with disabilities.
Yep.
It's one of Conroe Noon Lions' most favorite event. I mean, it's most enjoyable event. It's amazing. And that's kids right here in Conroe area that are disabled
Right.
that are coming to that fishing tournament. And we have been having it over at Owen Park,
Yes.
right there off the loop.
Yep. Where the YMCA used to be,
Yes.
which is now a community center.
I think it's demolished now, but
Oh, they did?
but the lake and park is still there, but the building is gone. It was the West Side Recreation Center for a while. Some politics could probably come on and tell you all about that
I
fiasco,
didn't know that.
but it's been demolished.
Okay.
But Owen Park, to my knowledge, is still there and still operates as a park. It's a
That must have
wonderful
been
park.
like
It's
in
got
the last year or
jogging trails
two,
and stuff.
huh? That they demolished it?
Yeah, the last few months, I think.
Okay, because I didn't
I mean,
get
it
to,
was there when we were there in September for Kids on the Lake. The building was still there, but it had been shut down.
Yeah, I didn't get to do it this year. We had a fishing.
it's
We
now
had our
been
own fishing tournament
Oh, really?
for the school.
It's well attended. There's usually around 30 kids there, give or take.
Right.
And make a push for that when it comes up. That's another thing we need is you can host all the service projects in the world, but you still need to let people
Volunteers.
know about it.
Yeah.
So
We need volunteers. You don't have to be a member to be a volunteer.
you don't. I would encourage a Lion to bring a non-member to a service project. What a better way to introduce them to our club and who we are. Because we are a service organization, so we meet every Wednesday. But there's a big aspect
Every
of our club
Wednesday,
that is
11:30. Yeah. It is social.
Right.
Like concessions.
Yeah. One of my favorite lines is Brian Rennell, our immediate past president, that the gentleman who invited him, Polo Lacoste, he said that when he introduced him to the crowd, he introduced him as his friend, and he had really just met him. And Brian said that he told him that here in this club, you'll meet some of your best friends. And there is no doubt that that's true.
100%.
I've been a Lion for just over 10 years, and my best friends are right here at Conroe Noon Lions Club.
Absolutely. Yep.
It really will. And lifelong friends at
Right.
that.
Like we were talking about earlier, it's like when you go to church for a long period of time and your church becomes like your family,
Most definitely.
it's the same thing.
Most definitely.
Except we do a lot. I feel like at church, yeah, you go to church with people, but unless you're, a lot of people aren't super involved.
True.
We are doing service projects together and helping kids. And there's just so much, every month we have something.
Right.
And every weekend.
There's an opportunity to serve. In fact, there's so many. I mean, we're over 40 committees, and some of those are fundraising committees, and some of those are service related committees. But
how many members do we have right now? 300?
right at 300.
Okay.
Right at 300.
Okay. We were up to like 330.
We've been at 330 before. And I think that's a goal, if you will, or maybe that goal is a ever moving goalpost, but it's a goal. We always want to increase our membership, because if we increase membership, we increase service.
Correct.
There's a direct relationship between those
Obviously.
two things. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And so we have, what's coming up? We have the rodeo coming up.
Yep. So we have we host the concession stand out at the fairgrounds, and I think you can look at the concession stand as dual purpose. It is a fundraiser for us, but it is also an opportunity for us to serve affordable meals at the fairgrounds to families
Kids.
attending the fair, and all those kids and families participating in the livestock show
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
They buy from us because our hot dogs are
Affordable.
and I would argue better.
Yeah.
More affordable and
Of
better.
course they're better.
Because they're better.
Yeah.
And I mean, golly, in fact, we just met yesterday to talk about the menu. I mean, I think it's staying pretty consistent from year to year, but and it's reasonably priced. Much more
Right.
reasonably priced than your like carnival food vendors would be. So it's dual purpose. It certainly puts some money that we can put back into our community, but the service aspect of that is affordable meals for kids and families out
Right.
there.
And we have so much
So that's
fun.
coming up. April 9th is the first day.
Okay.
Starts on Thursday. I don't know how that necessarily lines up with the fair schedule itself. I assume the carnival part opens up at the same time. I know that the kids start showing up that first day
Right.
with their pigs and stuff. In fact, I think it kicks off with the pig show. So
And we have a lot of fun at the concessions. That's what people don't understand. Like, we're volunteering, but we have fun in there.
oh
like,
man,
we
we have a ball.
joke.
But I mean,
and-
if you come to concessions, in fact, it's the one service project that we force our members to do. You do it. You volunteer for it, or you get assigned a job, and someone's going to call and harass you to come.
Yep.
But if you're not having fun out there, that's on you, because the opportunity to have fun.
There's
and
no
make
way
friends,
you can't have fun there.
It's amazing. It really is.
We have a lot of fun.
We do. We do.
There might be some Jello shots involved.
There's some Jello shots involved. Most definitely. There's usually a beer ice chest outside.
I mean, people aren't getting like stupid or
No,
anything.
absolutely
but
not. Absolutely not.
they have a
Yeah.
good time. And we have something that I think there's that misunderstanding that people think that Lions Club is for old people, retired people. And it's not.
Yeah. In fact, let's try to bust some myths today. And that's the biggest one, is that they're old businessmen. And that's not the case. We have currently Ethan, who I believe is 19 years old, and we have Lions in their mid to late 90s. In fact, we have Miss Ladoris, who I believe is 92, 93, who is still a very active member in our club.
She has like 40 years of perfect attendance or something.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
She's a rock star, a staple in our club, and still to this day very active and engaged
there every week.
all the time. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we have all kinds of people in there. I mean, we have
And all walks of life, I'd
all
say.
young
You know,
girls.
it is no longer just a businessman's organization. I mean, I'd say the majority of the club members are business. I wouldn't say owners, but businessmen and women. Sorry, but and we have
It's probably half women.
You know, the meetings are.
You think there's like half women in there, right? It's probably 50-50.
That's a good thing to find out. Actually, I'll
I
find.
bet
that
it's
out.
a pretty 50-50.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty even.
I'd like to know.
And
that,
I
now that you
think
mention
like
it.
age-wise, it's like every age. I mean.
Oh yeah, like I said, Ethan's 19 years old. He was a Leo in our Leo club.
Yeah, and so
we'll talk about Leos.
We have Leos, and we have young lions, and then we have, which I was in the young lions for a minute, but they kicked me out because they said I got too old.
Did you age out?
I aged out.
So Young Lions was a very unofficial thing. It was just a way to
get people
engaged on a different level. So you had an opportunity. We were doing breakfast there for a while. In fact, we need to fire that back up. I'll see what I can do about getting you in.
They were like, Karen, seriously, you're pushing 50. You can't come anymore.
At one time, we kind of jokingly talked about the ages, and it was like 40. And I'm like, that's fine until you've been there.
They
and then
moved it to 45 for me. And then I moved up past that, and they were like, no.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good social crowd. You know, we were doing breakfasts
it was
there.
nice.
We did some evening stuff.
And we did have like some old men show up to Young Lions a couple times, and
we bump into them at breakfast.
I think they were crashing the party, you know. But it's such there's just so much opportunity there. And I mean, I've brought my kids, and I know you've brought your kids. We do the service projects where we go and build beds for kids that don't have beds, or deliver meals to people during the holidays, or go if there's, some kind of community project that needs to be worked on, or collecting eyeglasses for the eyeglass center. We have an eyeglass center.
We have an eyeglass center. Vision is the top global cause of Lions throughout the world. And we're fortunate that Conroe Noon has an eyeglass manufacturing and recycling facility right here in Conroe on Wilson Road, where we recycle glasses from all over our district and oftentimes all over the state. Those glasses go on mission trips all over the globe.
Right. We have kids that come to Lions, and I say kids, they're adults now, that talk about how they, didn't have glasses as a kid, and it'll make you cry.
True.
Because they talk about how it changed their life. And actually, I have a personal story about my husband's cousin. She's one of his closer cousins. She lives in Somerville. What is that? Somerville Lake?
Lake Somerville, yeah.
It's like Lake Somerville.
Mm-hmm.
She lives out there, like a little farm out there, but she lived in Tomball for a long time. She was in education out there, and her son had type 1 diabetes, and it was really bad. And it was hard on them. And our Lions Club sponsored him to go to camp.
Very cool.
And she said it changed his life. And this is a personal story she's telling me at her house,
right.
How it changed his. She's like, I didn't know you were in Lions. When she heard I was in Lions Club, she just lit up.
Really?
And like my husband will say, she lit up like a Christmas tree. She was just like, oh my gosh, like that's so cool. And I was like, can you have him come back and like do a testimony? And she was like, yeah. I was like, maybe you can come on my show and do a testimony. But he's so busy, he's in his 20s and living his life.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just stories like that. You hear these stories over and over, and like the girl that was prison born that Mona sponsored, and now she's at Harvard, and
lots of stories.
That's an extraordinary story. But we do our, Byron was heading up the speeches this year.
Outstanding youth. He just wrapped that up. Byron Stewart was the chairperson of that committee. So we have one of the global causes of Lions is youth, and we serve that cause through our scholarship program and through vision screenings. We're real involved in our school systems for vision and eyeglass manufacturing. We make glasses for children who cannot afford eyeglasses.
I collect glasses. I have a bag at my office because I don't have a bucket. I keep forgetting to get a bucket, but I have a bag at my office I need to drop off.
We need to get you a bucket that's got the writing on it and stuff. How neat would that be?
But if anybody has glasses, it's getting full. So I tell my realtors and different people, if you have glasses, drop them off. And so I need to drop that off. But I have an eyeglass collection. So if anybody has eyeglasses that they want to get rid of, it's sunglasses too.
Yep.
because we use the frames, right?
Yep. Everything gets another global cause is environmental, and if it's not getting used as an eyeglass, then the material is getting recycled.
Right.
We have a place, I believe, in California right now that's buying
All the plastic.
all the plastics and metals. I mean, things are getting recycled.
Nice.
And I think that's an important aspect of that as well. So currently there's some laws that keep recycled glasses from being used in the United States, but we recycle them and use them. Prescription glasses cannot be used in the United States. Recycled prescription glasses cannot be used in the United States. Our readers can. So our readers are going directly to people right here, and our recycled prescription glasses are getting
Why would they
bagged
have
and
that rule?
tagged. I don't know. I would imagine
Money?
that plays a role in it, as it does most things. And maybe we make a movement one day to push that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know a guy. I have a guy. He's actually a eyeglass doctor, or ophthalmologist.
Yeah.
But he does a lot of community work, and he's up in what is Trinity, north of Trinity, some little town. Anyway,
So I looked it up. It's prescription glasses are classified as a medical device with correct specifications that require verification and like a medical license. That's probably that's why you can't.
but couldn't we
give
have
them
a
away.
doctor like
I think that's probably
measure
the
it? And...
only way to.
So we currently now, or when we manufacture glasses, they have to go through an optometrist, so that the
Right.
kid or adult can't come to our office and get fitted for them.
Right.
Our glasses still have to go
They go through a screening.
back to
kids
the
do.
optometrist.
Because we do screening. That's what we need volunteers. So we
Yep.
do screenings for these kids.
Yep.
We need volunteers for that.
Yep. We do one. So we host a screening for adults every other month at Community Assistance Center, over off McCall Road, right here in Conroe. And that's for adults who qualify through Community Assistance Center who come
Right.
to our screenings. Our children's screenings are done through the school system.
Right.
And then the nurses oversee a voucher program that we have, whereas they know when the child would qualify for that voucher program, and that's who we're manufacturing glasses from. Now we do some community-wide screenings, like we did one recently at the VFW deal around Halloween, their trunk or treat, where we did a screening there. Now they're just getting screened, and they're just made aware that you have a problem, and most of them would report back to their nurse and let them know
Right.
that they had a problem. I believe that I believe that the federal government a while back said about the using recycled prescription glasses that it was up to the states. So there might be a couple states in the United States that are allowed to use them. Currently, we cannot here. So they go several Lions, Carl and Jane and Shireen and Wes, Tim Cox. Several of them just got back from Belize, and hundreds of our glasses went on that mission trip.
That's awesome.
Through an organization called BMI, Benevolent Missions International, I think,
Okay.
who we partner with to get our glasses out around the globe.
And why did y'all choose Belize?
That would be up to BMI. That's just where they go. I know that what they're doing down there is cataract surgery. A lot of surgery is being performed down there on that particular mission trip. I think because and I asked that same question, because of their proximity to the equator, they have really bad vision problems down there.
Really?
Yeah, and then something about sunglasses. They don't wear sunglasses, like they don't want to, or maybe can't for religious reasons. I won't pretend to know that, but they don't wear sunglasses, and they're close to the equator, and those things combined make for bad vision problems, especially as they get older.
Is that why you're supposed to wear glasses that have what is it when you wear sunglasses? It's got the
UV protection?
no, I mean that too. Those they almost all have that, but the ones that are polarized.
Oh, yeah, I don't know enough about that.
Then you're supposed to wear polarized glasses,
Okay.
sunglasses, because
Okay.
especially if you're like on water, because they're reflection. But especially down there, that seems like that would be really important to have polarized. Plus, I like polarized glasses because when you go fishing, you can see through the water.
Oh, really?
It keeps. You don't wear polarized glasses?
No, I'm not a big sunglass guy.
Dude, you can go to
I'll probably have
Academy.
vision problems one day, but I'm not a big sunglass guy.
You're the most simple person I've ever met in my life. You know
Simple,
that?
simple Simon.
You are very simple. I like that you're so simple. But you're like, no, I don't watch movies. I don't go to haunted houses. I don't.
Well,
you know,
hang on. I did go to a haunted house with you.
You did. You were scared. You were hanging on to your wife the whole time. It was hilarious. But yeah. So, and then we also volunteer at Reeves often.
Reeves is our
reading at
adopted school.
Reeves.
Is our adopted school. It's an elementary school here in Conroe. It is the school that we adopted.
Because they have a high percentage of low income.
Right. I don't remember what they call those schools. Title something schools. Yeah. Don't want to get in the weeds on that. But we do reading there. So we're there twice a year for a reading event, Read Across America.
I love
believe they call it.
that.
It's fun.
That's probably my favorite.
And if I'm
thing.
being completely honest with you, I've been a Lion 10 years, and my first time to read to the kids was this past fall. This fall we just had.
What'd you think?
It was awesome.
That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, I had a kid tell me he loved me.
That's
like,
what I'm
I
saying.
love you,
That's
you know,
why my favorite thing, because the
being
kids
here.
are
That's pretty
so grateful.
Right.
And it's almost like you're a celebrity. You know,
Yeah.
you come in and they're just like, they just stare at you and they want to talk to you. And I just want to cry and hug them all and take them home. It's like
another that what we just finished up was Jingle Bell Bash. That our very own Warner Phelps plays Santa. And I mean, kids are in tears. They're so excited.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. I mean, that's a really fun one too.
It's hard for me to imagine him as Santa because he's not jolly.
He's pretty jolly that day.
Was he?
Yeah.
Usually y'all are just throwing napkins at him and clapping. Like,
I won't tell him that he said he was.
everybody's so mean to him. But he kind of asks for it a lot too. So
Well, he is, one of our tail twisters. So
he loves the banter.
yeah, I guess he was last year's tail twister.
He still volunteers when.
He has to fill in a lot.
Yeah. Who's our tail twister this year? Oh,
Jason Miller.
but he hurt his knee.
Yep, he's been out with a hurt foot. He broke his foot. He got infected.
Yeah. I called him a gimp at our last night. I love
Hop
Jason.
along. Yeah. Man,
You're talking about instant friends. Like, we became instant friends.
That's good.
You and I became instant friends.
Absolutely.
I made a lot of instant friends when I joined. And thanks, how I found out about Lions Club was through Lisa Shaver.
I actually meant to ask you that. Did you? I thought maybe that was the case.
So
she's probably responsible for bringing several people to our club.
She was my first friend in Montgomery County. Other than, I have one other friend I knew here when I moved here. He's a fireman, but I've known him since 6th grade. But when I moved here, I didn't know anybody except him. And I was like, oh, I need to meet people. So my friend, he used to be the CFO or something for Goosehead Insurance a long time ago. But he had mentioned something about in your community, just reach out to your local Goosehead person and they'll introduce you to people. And I was like, that's so brilliant,
Okay.
So I reached out to a Goosehead person here and I wanted a local agency owner. So I reached out to a guy named Stuart Slott. I don't know if you know him. Mm-hmm. He's in Willis. And he was like, you got to meet Lisa. She knows everybody in Conroe. And I was like, okay. So we went to lunch and he introduced me. And Lisa, of course, just took me under her wing.
Yeah.
Drugged me to Lions Club. You got to go to Lions Club. And I'm like, for real? I mean, I didn't have anything else to do. So
Right.
I was like, okay, I figure I'd go and appease her and go on about my business.
What did you know about Lions before you came?
So my kids were in Scouts.
Okay.
Most of their, all of elementary into middle school. Mm-hmm. And we met at the Lions Club building in my hometown. And that's what I knew. There was like 3 old men.
Three old men. I hear that a lot about Lions.
Yeah.
Old men.
The Shriners would meet in there too, like the Shriner people. They team up a lot I don't know if they team up here, but back home they would team up a lot because they're so small. But
right.
Kerrville's a real big Shriner
right.
town.
Yeah.
Also, that's where our camp is.
Texas Lions camp is in
talk about that.
Kerrville. We will certainly hit on camp.
But yeah, so that's all I knew about Lions Club. I just knew the building we met in, it had like a stage and chairs and like a kitchen, a big, huge kitchen area. It was like a community center type, really old wood building, really. Wood floors, like kind of like a dance hall type building. In Bulverde. I think it's called the community center. I don't know, but it's the Lions Club owned it.
Okay.
And so that's all I knew. So when I came here, she invited me to Lions Club. I'm like, I mean, I love scouts and community service and all that kind of stuff. I just didn't expect to walk into a lunch that had 150 people in it at the convention center, that they have that many people every single week.
Yeah.
And some events, there's, 200 or 300 people show up. We fill the whole place.
Yes.
And there's nowhere for anybody to sit.
Yeah.
And we run out of tickets. And I just was absolutely blown away by it. And I just kept going back. And then I immediately met Byron within a few months. And I invited Byron and recruited him. And he'll tell you the story about.
Thank you for that.
I met him. He tells this funny story about how I met him at a JLA office. It's a real estate office. He was presenting, and I had just gone in there. I was dropping some stuff off and talking to the girls, and he thought I was a realtor, and he started talking to me. And then I was like, "Oh no, I work in." They're like, "Oh, you got to hang out with Karen." And so, I mean, within a few months, I'd already made a lot of friends because you know me, and I was like, "Hey, you should come to Lions Club with us. What are you doing next?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, I don't have anything going on." So he came to Lions Club with me, and we were donating blood that day, and I made him donate blood. So he tells a story about how, he met me and 2 hours later he was at Lions Club donating blood.
One of my favorite questions to ask fellow Lions is how they got involved. And I've just heard all the stories. I mean, I think that anyways, you'll hear a new one next week when you ask. So it's really amazing. And you're somebody who makes friends real fast, and not everybody is that way. And I like to remind people as they join that, you're there every Wednesday. And some people are going to make friends there, but I'll tell you where you really make the friends when you're doing the projects together. Lion West Carr likes to call it digging a ditch. When you're digging a ditch with your fellow Lion is when you build those relationships.
That's when you have the most fun.
It is when you have the most fun.
Yeah, the meetings aren't my favorite.
Well, it depends on the program.
My program this week I loved.
Gardening is.
Did you see me? I was front and center.
I saw you up there. Gardening is probably one of our club's favorite as a whole. I think it's when you get the most Q&A, and it's long-winded. I mean, you almost have to just stop it and say, "Hey, hang out." Yeah, cut them off and hang out afterwards. Let's do a Q&A session one-on-one.
I asked him to come on the show.
Did you?
Yeah. He was so cute.
Yeah. Anytime the Gardner people come, or we've had the extension office come and do that same type of presentation, I bet it's one of the most favorite programs we have.
I love that he was educating people on planting native plants.
Yeah, that was very good.
And how they attract the butterflies
I bought the book.
And the bees.
I bought
and
the
how
book that
it's
he
all...
recommended.
Oh, he did? You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Yay. Well, if you need help, I'm also a resource. And then we also have Ed Dolphin and Lions.
Love Ed.
He's a tree expert. So
arborist. Yeah,
he knows everything about trees. He's my little tree hugger. He plays a really good Santa. We hired him to come to our house and play Santa.
Yep.
It was our kids, kind of like the last hoorah of Santa, because they were getting to an age where no more Santa.
Right.
Not that so I've always told my kids Santa was fake,
Okay.
but we still played along. It was kind of like going to Disney. You know, Mickey Mouse isn't real, but
if you say so,
it's fun. If you say so.
I've never been to Disney, so I don't know.
I never have either. My son thinks that. So I asked my kids if they want to go to Disney or go deep sea fishing, and they chose deep sea fishing.
Oh, me too. I would choose that. I hope my kids would choose that too.
Disney.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
So we've never been.
Any kids out there listening?
But anyway, I always told my kids that Christmas is about Jesus and his the birth of him, celebrating the birth of him, even though we don't know when he was born, but we still celebrate his birth and the whole story, and that's what it's about. But my son, I told him the real story of Saint Nicholas, what we know, the facts, and he came up with his own little take on it, that Saint Nicholas is real, that he was a great man, kind of like the Mother Teresa back then.
Okay.
And he's works for God, so Santa is real, but in a different way. He's not the fat man at the mall that he knows that, but he still believes that in his spirit, and I think that's okay. Yeah. So. But when my kids don't get what they want for Christmas, it's not because they think that they did something wrong.
Right.
It's because, if you want nice things, you got to work for them.
Amen. Yeah. For sure. Don't we all?
Be grateful
Don't we
for
all?
anything you get, because I used to spoil them when they were younger because it was fun. But as they got older, I was like, I don't really want to make them
Well,
into
as
brats.
they get older, it's also a lot harder to spoil them because their desires get much more expensive.
Yeah, back then I could just buy them a box and some foil and some tape, and they were happy.
We did something fun for Christmas this year. In place of gifts, we went on a trip.
See, we like that.
No gifts in my family, and we went on a trip. And it'll be interesting to see if they want to do it again next year.
My kids like trips. We ask them that, especially for their birthdays.
Right.
Christmas, we have done trips, but we still like to do something small, gift. And we've done the last 2 years, we give them money to go buy each other gifts. And it's kind of like we drop them off at the mall and they go buy each other stuff.
Yeah.
And they have fun. They like team up and buy each other stuff. And like they'll team up to buy somebody something better. And like, oh, so-and-so really wants this. We should all team up and get them this.
Oh, that's clever.
They love it.
Yeah.
They have so much fun. And then at Christmas, when you watch them open their gifts, it's different than when we just buy them stuff.
Right.
It's very
That makes
different.
sense.
So we don't know what they want anymore anyway.
Yeah.
They want clothes and stuff. I'm like, they're not going to like the clothes I buy. Because I'm going to go to like Walmart.
That's funny.
It's the same quality. But it doesn't say, Hollister on it. But anyway, we got off subject. That was a rabbit hole. So back to Lions Club. We have our camp. So you're leaving today. We had to actually move up the time a little bit for recording because you're leaving today.
I'm headed to camp. I serve on the improvements committee at camp. So we deal with like infrastructure improvements. I serve on that committee, and we have a meeting tomorrow morning, bright and early. And currently going on, well, so Kerrville is the host for a lot of things, Lions. Like I said, we're a global organization, and then that breaks down to state and then district. So we're part of District 2S2, which there's 52 clubs, I believe, in our district right now. And there's some officers in place and past district governors that have a council meeting there. It's a big Kerrville is the host because it has our camp as a big host for a lot of events. So, and I can just tell you my relationship with that this weekend is just the only obligation I have is that committee meeting tomorrow morning. There's some other stuff that I'll attend while I'm there. And then what my other mission is while
like
I'm there.
hanging out in the hot tub.
Maybe. There might be a hot tub involved.
At the, what is it called? The big O?
The YO.
The YO.
The YO is the hotel there that most Lions stay at when they're
It's
they're
like
in town.
famous. So my niece got married there. And my mother-in-law was like, oh yeah, we're staying at the YO. She used to have like some kind of conference there all the time. She was my mother-in-law was the county commissioner for Conroe County for like 45 years or something. And I could be quoting all this wrong, but they would have like some kind of like meeting in Kerrville, and they'd always stay at the YO. So when we went, she was she was so excited to stay at the YO,
Right.
It's like famous, apparently. It's been around for a long time.
It's been around for a long time. I think there's a local ranch there that it's named after, like the YO Ranch and Hotel. So,
and it's not fancy.
No, it's not real fancy.
It's just historic.
Just historic. Yeah, it's not real fancy. But so
and Kerrville is such a beautiful.
Oh yeah, what a great spot to have our camp.
We always go to the cross when we're there up on the hill.
Dude, I've never been up there. I've seen it, from the road numerous times, but
me?
I've never been up there.
I
have a single track mind. When I'm going to Kerrville, I'm just going to camp.
You gotta go. Please tell me you'll go this time.
Maybe not this time because I'm by myself, but I'll go because I'm not staying long. I'll drive back tomorrow evening.
It's a great place to go by yourself.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's probably better to go by yourself.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's a good time to reflect and have some spiritual time. And I don't know. I like to go by myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Even when I go with other people, I kind of wander off by myself.
Oh. So camp is, near and dear to my heart. It's how I became a Lion. It's what I got involved in. We're first introduced to as I became a Lion. And so
but you became a Lion. I think because I remember your story. You became a Lion. You were kind of involved, and then you really didn't see the value in it till something happened to your family.
So So let's see, I'll back up and tell that story. So my cousin Scott Perry, who's been a past president of our club and actually currently serves on the executive committee at Texas Lions Camp, he had invited me. So we go to breakfast every Friday. He had been inviting me to Lions Club, and I just never went. I would have been just a young business owner who just didn't see the time to do that. Kept inviting me, and I had never attended a meeting until he invited me to work weekend at camp. Our club goes to Kerrville at the camp. The first weekend in May every year is work weekend. We go and get the camp ready for the kiddos, whether that's cleaning up the barn or repairing the hay barn or whatever it may be. We're usually barn related. Our club has just kind of fallen in there with Glenn Wilson there, who for years oversaw the equine facility, and so that's just kind of where we fell. And so when I say barn, there's much more at camp than a barn, but that just happens to be where Conroe Noon volunteers most of
it's a really nice camp.
It's a very nice camp. It sits on over 500 acres. And it's, the whole concept of camp
from
is
the river.
to foster that can-do attitude among kids who don't always have that attitude because of their disability. So he invited me to that. And funny thing, and this part of the story I don't really remember correctly, but he couldn't go, or he couldn't go that day or something, but he had told me that I was going to ride with Wes and Shireen Carr. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm probably not going to get in the car with a stranger and ride for 5 hours, but I did. And those are two of my best friends. Wes and Shireen are two of my family's best friends. So I got to know them on that trip, and I got to know a little bit about camp. And shortly after that, right after that was in May, and by June I was a Lion. And like I said, I've been a Lion for 10 years. Somewhere in there, a few years after I joined, I couldn't make it to the Wednesday meetings. Just wasn't a big priority to me. I was certainly doing some of our service stuff, and certainly always stayed involved at camp from day one. I was doing camp stuff. I say that everybody can find a place here. It doesn't have to be camp. There's tons of, like I said, over 40 committees.
There's dinner, dance, and auction. There's the Christmas party.
Yeah.
There's...
Remind me, and we'll come back to that. We'll do a plug for dinner, dance, and auction coming up.
Okay.
February 26th, but we'll plug it again.
For sure.
So I'll tell my story. So I joined Lions, really uneventful, right? Joined Lions. And I was a Lion for probably 3 or 4 years. And my son was in an accident and lost his left hand. It had to be amputated off.
He was in an ATV accident.
He was in an ATV accident. Yeah. And I don't know, they talk about a moment in Lions when you join Lions and then you become a Lion. And I don't know that my story necessarily resonates with that, but I knew the why. I knew that God or the universe, whoever, I became a Lion and got involved at Texas Lions Camp to prepare my heart to be the dad to a son who is going to lose his hand one day. There's no question in my mind that is why I'm a Lion. And I want to foster that belief and hope in everybody when it comes to the camp,
Because you said after that happened, the people that outreach to you and the support that you received.
Oh my gosh, you talk about Lions being your family. Monetary donations to just talking you through it. For me, camp became that beacon of light, that it was okay, that there's thousands of other kids missing their left hand and they're going to be okay. Kids are resilient. First of all, I'll tell you that about Peyton. That's my son, by the way.
He's handsome too. He has a great personality.
He does have a great personality. And he thinks he's a comedian. So.
And he has a great sense of humor about it. That's the best part.
He does have a good sense of humor. It's funny. He met somebody the other day. He's cleaning pools right now for a company called Pool Works. And he met somebody the other day who had a amputation, also a lady. And he said next time he saw her, he was going to put his nub out to kind of fist bump her and see if she'd meet him halfway. So I have no doubt that through the introductions through Scott, my cousin, to Wes and Shireen and other Lions and my involvement at camp, there's no doubt that was for a purpose. And that purpose was purely for me to be Peyton's dad and have the heart of a Lion who knew that, like I said, kids are getting by just fine without a hand. He's a great kid. And you're right. We talk about Lions being a family. The camaraderie we all shared during that, or they shared with me, was unforgettable. I will never forget it. I will be a lion until the day I die.
Me too.
There's no doubt in my mind.
I'm just sad that I know in like 5 years I have to move to West Texas.
They have a Lions Club in West Texas.
No, but it's not gonna be the
guarantee
same.
you. Well, it won't be the greatest Lions Club in the world because
It's
there's
not
only
gonna be the
one.
I don't want to leave this Lions Club ever. I will come back and visit. If
Well,
I
good.
ever come back to East Texas, I will
you
come back to
could
Lions
even
Club.
maintain your membership here. You could always be a member here. You know, I know there's people who have had to move away who've maintained
Or maybe I can go over there
their
and
membership.
like make a better Lions Club over there.
You can
Because I can learn a lot from ours and take it over there.
for sure. Yeah, you can't make the greatest Lions Club in the world because there's only one.
It might be a
but
goal
you
now.
can try.
You might motivate me. I'm one of those people like you tell me I can't do something. I'm gonna prove you I can.
So yeah, camp. Just a brief history about camp. It was founded in the late 1940s. By early 1950s, they were seeing kids. It was started out of a need to serve children who were battling polio. And it now serves children who fight all kinds of disabilities. In fact, we saw a real shift during COVID where we transitioned to hosting some family type camps. So now we're even able to serve children who are more challenged on maybe an intellectual side, some autism type
Right.
stuff that we couldn't serve before.
Right.
But our big mission at camp, and I think, is that the physical disabled children.
Can you list off the type of disabilities for camps that we serve?
No, because the page is long,
Okay.
of disabilities. But it's physical disabilities, and man, that's a long list of things. It's diabetes in children, cancer, burn.
Down syndrome.
Down syndrome. We have a Downs week. I had the opportunity a few years ago to watch a Downs graduation. So every Friday at the end of camp, they graduate. It was amazing. Hats off to the counselors who worked that week, or any week for that. But hats off to those folks who work with those children, because it really is all about fostering that can-do attitude. And you don't do that without the right staff. So
Right.
hats off to them. And the cool thing about camp is camp recruits staff counselors from all over the world. Literally all over
Right.
the world. Australia, Europe. I mean, there's all kinds of
Right.
counselors there, which I think is really neat for children to be able to experience that. you
Yeah.
know?
That's why I like living in the Woodlands, because there's people from all over the world, and my kids
Oh,
get
okay.
to go to school with these kids. They're like, oh, Mom, they're from like my kids think it's cool that these people are from, they get to learn all these different cultures, and they go to their house and they talk about, my kids will come home and tell me about their different cultures. I think it's really important to be exposed to, because not everybody has the ability to travel, but you still get a lot of culture just being around people,
Right.
that are from other areas.
agree.
And I met a lady this morning, she's from the Netherlands. She was really short. I said, "You're short." And she goes, "I know." She goes, "You will fit right in." I was
Well,
like,
you're
"Thank
tall.
you."
For the audience who
she had
doesn't
to-
know, you're tall.
Yeah,
So
they all know. But I think anybody who knows me knows, right? But she had the blonde hair and the
it's not
blue
really
eyes.
fair to call somebody short when you're that tall. So
Oh, I feel like you're taking this personally.
what's funny is people have made short jokes to me my whole life. I've never felt short.
You're not short.
I'm 5'7". I don't know what that is.
Tom Cruise
in
is 5'7".
terms- Oh, perfect. That's what I was going for. So
Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
He's 5'7", and Nicole Kidman is 5'10". She's actually taller than me.
Oh wow. Yeah, people have always made short jokes to me, and they've never bothered me because I don't feel short.
Well, I had a huge crush on him from the time I was like 8 years old. And then I found out he was short, and I was like, really? And then he married Nicole Kidman. And I was like, oh, well, see, it's cool. It's fine. But yeah, I don't have a crush on him now. I just had a crush on him back in like Top Gun, Days of Thunder.
He hasn't changed much, so
He's not the same. He's a little, I don't know. After the whole incident and the whole church and Scientology and his kind of wackadoo moments, it just, I don't know. Now when I watch, I
Wasn't
feel
the
like
same.
every movie he's in now is like the same. The new Top Gun movie was okay.
Yeah. I heard one time, I don't know how much truth there is to this, that he does his own action scenes, and I always thought that was
do
cool.
all of his own
So,
stunts,
I think
which
that's cool.
I think that is incredible. And he
Yeah.
is in incredible shape for
Right.
being, I don't even know how old he is now, like 65.
Oh, okay.
He's not young,
Right.
but maybe he's got to be in his early 60s. He does look incredible. I don't know. There's just something happened with the way I saw him. It just changed. risky business days. Those were
Right.
the days that I liked him. I was also a lot younger and, so, but anyway, back to the subject.
Yeah. So just hit on camp real quick. I think it's important to note a couple things. Camp is free, and I say free. We try not to use the word free. We try to use
we are
it
sponsored
at no cost to the child or their family.
because it costs money.
It costs money to run the camp
For every kid.
and that bill is picked up by the Lions all across Texas.
Right. And that's why we do all
through
these
our contributions,
fundraisers.
through our fundraisers. Yes. So I think that's important to note. It's at no charge, at no cost to the families, because it's paid for by the Lions across Texas. But for a child to attend a camp, they need a Lion sponsor. And all that is a Lion signature on a piece of paper.
Just call one of us, we'll sign it.
Yeah. And one of the most important things Wes Carr told me when I was joining club was that when it related to camp, my number one job wasn't to raise money for camp.
Right.
It was to reach children to get them to camp. It's we call it the best kept secret. Texas Lions Camp is the best kept secret. We need to be out finding these children to send to camp.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It's a neat place, and like I said, it's all about fostering that can-do attitude. For many of the kids, it's their first time to do something like that.
Or their first time away from their family.
Yes.
And it can be kind of scary, especially for the moms. I could totally understand that, but after you hear the testimonies from the moms,
Right.
they're just like, in tears. They're like, this is the greatest thing that could have ever happened to my child. And these kids just absolutely have a great time and want to come back every single year. And those are the things that for me, like when we had the testimonies at our lunches, it just, I always start crying and have to go home and take a nap because I'm all emotional.
There's several things that Lions do that if it doesn't at least choke you up, something's wrong with you,
For sure. You see grown men and they're tearing up.
Right.
And I like to give them a hard time. But I'm crying too. But yeah, I mean, I've seen Raphael, however everybody calls him Ralph at Lions. Some people call him Raphael, but Rafael Perez, I've seen him tear up in there.
Right.
I've seen JB tear up in there.
Yeah. Those are major players in our club as well.
Yeah. See, JB is another one I became instant friends with. He's
good. He's been coming back around. He disappeared on us there for a while.
I know, I've been giving him a hard time.
He's back, which is great.
I know. I was like, finally.
Yeah.
He's my broker of record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he holds my license.
Okay.
So I don't use it, but if I ever get like a referral or I want to be able to get on MLS and show an agent how to use MLS and things like that, I keep my license, but and he holds it for me.
Oh, that's neat.
But yeah, he's an amazing. There's so many. We could go on and on and on. The stories and the connections and how amazing Lions Club is and how we are the greatest Lions Club and why. But really, at the end of the day, if your heart isn't in it, you're not there for the right reason. It's not a networking club.
I think that's important to talk about. I believe that one of our issues with retaining members might be that they join thinking it's a networking group.
Yep.
And it is not. We are a service organization.
Don't go in there trying to sell stuff. You're going to get shunned.
Right.
People are.
We, especially during political season, right? I mean, love to have you as guest.
And then they want to walk around handing everybody their card and their little flyer. Yeah. And it gives people the ick. Don't do that.
Nope. We are a service organization. Yeah. We're different than BNI. We're different than the chamber in that regard. There's certainly some overlap there, but we're your opportunity to give back.
Yeah. I got accused of that in the beginning. They're like, well, this isn't BNI networking. I was like, excuse me, it was offensive to me.
Right.
Because I wasn't there for that reason.
Right.
And people here didn't know me. They didn't know my history of, I've been volunteering. I volunteered as a kid unwillingly because my grandparents made me. But I grew up that way. I was brought up that you give back to your community. And as I became an adult, I did it because I enjoy it and I want to give back. And I never expected anything out of it. And I've been doing it for years and years and years. And when I came here, I joined Lions Club with Lisa. I just started trying to recruit every single person I knew. Well, the people I know are the people I work with because I don't know anybody else.
True.
Right. Yeah. And I got accused of this isn't a BNI networking. We're not just recruiting people and insurance people and real estate people. And I'm like, but those are the only people I know. And I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm trying to get people here
plugged in, engaged,
that want to give back to the community. And, like Byron and Claudia and I had Chris. The only reason Chris stopped coming is because he moved to like South Tomball.
Chris Diamond, I remember him.
Yeah. Chris is an amazing. Yeah. He loved it.
Right.
But he had a brand new baby.
Right.
Moved,
didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he was like, Karen, I hate that I can't come anymore. It's just too far. And he was getting the heat from his woman, because he was so far up here and they have a brand new baby. And
that's true.
It was taken away from his priorities. And sometimes it's not right for everybody. It's not the right fit for every single person.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And we understand that. But I do want to recruit as many people, like you were saying. The more people we have in there, the more opportunity we have to do more good for the community. And
I think that once people actually see what we do, especially things like camp or Kids on the Lake or a vision program, it clicks pretty quick, I think, for folks.
And when
this is an organization worth supporting, and maybe you don't support it as a member. We have donors who aren't members. We have community partners who aren't members who still believe in the work we do.
Even people that
that's
just
equally
donate
as
like
important.
items for our auction.
Absolutely,
those people
let's
matter.
make a plug for that real quick. So February 26th is our dinner, dance, and auction. The committee currently is looking for silent auction items and stuff. That deadline's fast approaching. But what a great way to come. Tickets are on sale right now. You can get those. Find a lion, get them. Our dinner, dance, and auction is on the February 26th, a Thursday, at the Lone Star Convention Center. And it is kind of our gala, if you will, but a much more casual, laid-back environment. The theme this year is travel. So travel, roar, explore is kind of the motto this year.
Yeah, it's a gala, but it's not a super bougie gala.
No, it's not at all.
You'll have people dressed to the nines, and then you'll have people not. They'll be wearing like
very casual
boots and jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were going to tell people to dress like you travel, but we don't want you wearing pajamas. So if you travel in pajamas, I imagine that we're going to see some Hawaiian shirts.
I'd love to see one of those guys in a Speedo. Y'all are practically wearing Speedos at one time.
Rumor has it that there's going to be some TSA agents to direct you to your table. So that'll be fun. It's always a great night. But what an opportunity to introduce folks to the impact that we have, the size we are.
It is a lot of fun.
There'll be 400 people, at DDNA.
I have been to the gala every year. And I'm dinner, dance, and auction. I have been every single year, and I will not be there this year.
Oh, you won't?
We are moving.
Oh, man.
Like, we move
Can't take a break for a few hours to go to dinner, dance, and auction?
I really wanted to try to make it work, and I talked to Casey, and he was like, absolutely not.
He's like, I'm not doing both. I'm not moving in.
We move into our house the 19th. We leave the next day for a funeral for the weekend. My husband's cousin that I was telling you about, her father passed away. It's his favorite uncle.
Sorry to hear that.
I shouldn't have said that on air because there's other uncles. But so we're going out of town for a funeral. The day we come back from the funeral, my husband leaves out of town for work, and we have to be out of our house that weekend. So I will be on my own. Basically, it's going to be chaos. So the week we're moving, we're out of town. Then he's out of town.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
And then we have to be out of. And I'm having a big moving sale at my house on the 27th. Starting in the morning. There's no way I can do that. It's just, it's too much. Yeah. So I am missing this year. I'm very sad.
We'll forgive you this year.
Life happens. I missed the fish on the lake this year because we had our own kids fishing tournament and I've missed every year going to Kerrville because there's always like a graduation or something. But I think this year we don't have any graduations going on.
I'd love for you to join
once, because next year I do have a graduation.
That's certainly one of the events.
I really want to go.
We work our butts off.
How does that work? So if you want to go to work weekend as a lion or not a lion, you just book your room through. Do we get like a special discount or?
Yeah, so we'll get a block of rooms at probably the YO. I mean, that's always where we shoot. The last couple of years we may have stayed at Inn of the Hills, but we shoot for the YO. But the important thing is, we'll have a block of rooms, and that information will come out. Probably first part of April.
And
will
it's like a
come out to the
discounted
club.
room.
Discounted rate usually that we've negotiated with the YO, for example. So we'll have a block of rooms. You'll book your room.
What is the average rate?
We've had it as low as 90 and as high as 110 a night.
So $100.
Way cheaper than you going to Kerrville without being a Lion, I can tell you that.
Yeah, Kerrville's not cheap.
Right.
It's a tourist town.
Right, yeah. And there's people who get Airbnbs and they split them up amongst, 5 other Lions. That's fun also. I like the camaraderie that the YO offers.
I want to go to the YO.
Because on Saturday night, after a hard days of work, we're going to hang around the pool and it's going to be social time. And there, once again, is another
I've heard
opportunity.
Some wild stories.
Well, but they say what happens in Kerrville stays in Kerrville. And if you've heard stories, I guess they all don't stay there.
They're like, don't repeat this. I'm like, okay.
And Friday night, we'll all go to dinner in an organized event. I mean, it's pay your own tab,
Right.
but it's
so you want to take off Friday, go stay the whole weekend?
yeah, you want to drive up Friday. You want to get there before too late so you can go to dinner. You want to stay and you want to drive back Sunday.
Right.
That'd be the ideal situation would be to leave Friday morning, come back Sunday. That's going to be your
You'll
best.
go to church on Sunday in Kerrville?
I don't know. We eat breakfast though.
You eat
sometimes.
breakfast and then just hit the road?
Hit the road. Yeah, we usually yeah. Because it's a drive, it's a trek. 4.5 hours. So depends on who you're driving with.
It's more like 5.
Who's driving? It takes me 5. No doubt. But I know people do it faster.
Yeah, I like to drive the speed limit. I usually stop halfway.
Well, I just my family accuses me of driving like a pawpaw, so
I like that.
I don't get in a hurry to get
Yeah.
get anywhere.
Better get there safe than sorry.
I'll be in a little bit of a hurry there to get there tonight because I may or may not want to have a beer with some friends. But
Well, we better get you out of here.
I'll take my time.
I think it's time to wrap up anyway.
Is
So yeah.
it?
You got anything else you want to say? Is there anything else on your little list there that you want to go
I did
through?
put some notes together, and I know that you've had some Lions on your show, and I know that Lions are listening to the show right now or will be, and I want to make a push on recruitment and re-engagement. I'm going to say it because the one thing I want people to take away from today is that Conroe Noon Lions is about people. It's about relationships built in the club, friendships, long-time members, but it's also about giving back.
Right.
And that has a people aspect to it. So it's about people, whether it's your friendships in club or your service outside of the club, it's about people.
Well, I think it's important to try to get other people involved because I think once people really do get involved, even if they don't have a servant's heart at first, they become servants. And I think it's really important to spread that.
Very true. I think my message to people listening is that you belong here. That there's a place here.
Because you didn't have a servant's heart when you started, did you?
Yeah, my mom made sure that service was a big part of our lives.
Okay.
We were real involved in our scouts and we were real involved in our church. My mom made sure that you knew the religious reasons for giving back.
Okay.
And today I see that as a sense of responsibility to
Do you feel like your heart
on.
did kind of change though after you joined Lions?
Just saw the different ways to give
Right.
back. Saw more. There's no doubt in my mind that Conroe Noon is serving locally. I know that we talked about being a global organization and our vision stuff, but man, we are serving
of our
people.
money goes here.
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
By far. I mean, we pay some international dues and stuff.
Scholarships to local kids.
It's staying right here.
Yeah.
Through programs. And you don't need a special need. You don't have to have a special skill to be a Lion.
Everybody's a volunteer except Vicky and
we have 2 paid staff members. We're
Right.
fortunate in that regard, but the fact is that we couldn't do service on the scale we do without them.
oh no,
Right.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
No way.
It's just impossible.
Yeah.
And then charity funds.
If you
are
go
not,
into their office, you're like, how do you keep up with all this?
and charity funds aren't used to. Charity funds go back into our community. Our admin dues is part of our dues. I mean,
yeah.
there's
So
no-
everything donated, when you donate anything, any money raised goes directly back into the community.
100%. It
We
is going
pay a monthly
to our
fee
vision
that pays
program. It's
for
going to
our-
scholarships. It's going to yes.
But even some of our money that we pay monthly goes back into the community too, right? As well, or goes.
Oh yeah,
to,
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah. Some of that pays our camp dues. It pays our international dues. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I would say that
And our
you know,
our two admin people aren't rich, by the way. They're not.
they're certainly not. They would
It's
tell
not
you
like
that.
Goodwill, where the admin of Goodwill has like a jet plane, his own private jet plane.
Correct. There's some organizations out there that rate nonprofits, and I know that Lions as a whole has a very high rating.
Yeah, it's like
there's
A+.
nobody in Lions making the kind of money that the CEO of Goodwill is making. I can tell you that.
Or any of the other charities like March of Dimes.
Yeah, true.
Have you seen that one?
True.
It's terrible.
Is it?
Yeah, do y'all's research before y'all donate money. Anytime you go to the grocery store, these stores are like, would you like to donate blah, blah, $1 to the.
Well, I stopped doing my research 10 years ago and give it to Conroe Noon Lions and let them find the need. No.
Yeah.
No, we are fortunate in Montgomery County, I will say, to have several nonprofit organizations, charity organizations, however you want to say it, that do amazing work here. And we partner with those people all the time.
I wanted to mention one more thing before
Yeah.
we go, because we do have to wrap this up. Anybody who's listening, when we do our lunches on Wednesdays, lunch is provided. If you want to come check it out, you get a free lunch.
You get a free lunch, yeah.
You can come twice, right?
You can come twice as a prospective member, and if a Lion is bringing you, they usually fork the cost for your meal. They're
Correct.
happy to do so. But
problem.
yes, prospective members do eat free the first couple times. I didn't just come. You're all invited. I mean, that is
Right.
it's Wednesdays. It's noon
We
at
have
the Lone Star
salad
Convention
bar,
Center.
and then we have a whole meal. We have dessert. We've got tea and coffee and water. Now they've gotten like fancy with the water. We have like a citrus water and a cucumber water.
Cucumber water, yeah. Nice.
And during Christmas we have eggnog and spiked eggnog, and there's just a lot of fun stuff. But when you come on a Wednesday, you have a lunch. You want to get there between 11:30 and 12, and earlier the better, right?
Yeah.
I try to get there as soon as I can, but it's hard
Right.
for me to be there for an hour and a half.
Right.
So
Sure. We've tried to make it to where working folks can come. It's
Right.
during your lunch
So
break.
if you can be there from 12 to 1, you're good.
12
right?
to 1 is the start and end time of the program, if you will.
And you'll get to learn the Smile song, which I started singing to my kids, and they think it's hilarious because they're like teenagers now. I wish I had known that song when they were young, because it's such a cute little song.
That's funny. I had never heard that song before.
And I've
until
learned
July,
the Say the
so.
Texas Pledge, which I hadn't done in forever, and I forgot it. And so, because nobody does it. So I've relearned that. But every week we have a speaker, and our speakers are usually really good. I mean,
Yes,
we have
great programs.
My favorite one's Bigfoot.
Mine too. Mine might be a tie between Bigfoot and gardening. I don't know.
Bigfoot and gardening. We have a lot of
accountants come and talk about new tax
charities.
laws. Nonprofits come.
We have some people that come talk about what's going on like in the city and
Yes.
projects and
Yes.
the future of I love that, because I work in real estate and I love to be in the know about the future of roads and neighborhoods and this development and that development and where the money is going and yada yada. We also have people like Judge Mack, Wayne Mack, who is a big part of Lions.
Big part of Lions and a big proponent of mental health awareness.
Yes.
He plays a vital role in that in our community. So
And
and we're thankful to have him.
We have several like amazing local attorneys in there that are always giving back. Those are the people I want to support if I need an attorney.
Oh yeah.
If you need
I think that,
the
we
resources.
we talked about it not being a networking group, but at the end of the day, you're going to want to do business with like-minded people. So if you're a Lion and you need an attorney, you're probably going to look for a Lion who's an attorney.
Well,
I'm
I
just
feel
saying.
like probably too, because they're a good person. If they're in Lions Club, they're typically going to be a good person.
You're gonna find that you have the same values. I think that's why people build their friendships so quickly. You're with like-minded people.
Yeah.
You're with like-minded people.
Yeah.
And
if you're not a like-minded person, you're probably not going to last.
Correct.
If you're sleazy, people are going to pick you out pretty quickly, because I feel like we have a pretty strong discernment in there. And it's big, but it's small.
But you also have the opportunity to just see the best in people at club. You really do. You get to see them in an element that's way different than.
And it's
business.
also a forgiving group. We're not perfect. None of us are perfect.
Right.
We all make mistakes. We all act idiots like sometimes. We forget things, or we forget to do something, or we mess up something. It's forgiving.
And we have a strong goal to leave politics out of our club.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think that's a big deal, especially around this time of year.
It's a no judgment
I mean,
zone.
that's on your mind this time of year. I mean, this political season, so that's on your mind. And we try to leave that out. But golly, I just think if you're in the audience and you've ever in your life looked to make a difference, then join us at
It
Conroe Noon
doesn't
Lions
take
Club.
much. You don't have. You can give what you can.
Give what you can, and yeah, I don't think it takes a lot of time to be a Lion, and it's not about Wednesdays at lunch. If you can't make every lunch, that's okay.
Nobody cares.
We give plenty of opportunities to serve.
JB has been gone for like a year.
Right.
He's back.
With open arms,
Yeah.
I might say, with excitement. When someone's been missing for a while and they come back, there's an air of excitement around them.
For
you
sure.
know.
The room lights up. Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, where have you
Right.
been?" You know.
Right.
So, and that's a great feeling.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, well, I thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank you
today.
for having me. This was wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm glad we finally got you on the show.
We've been talking about it for a long time now, so
I
I'm glad we did. But yeah, join us. And if you're a member listening and you haven't been in a while, we miss you
And if you are a member and you're listening to this, share it.
for sure.
I'm gonna clip some of this, and y'all can share the clips, and
Okay.
hopefully, he'll tag us. Maybe he can tag Conroe Noon Lions Club on Facebook.
Yeah, for sure.
And we can get Vicky to share it and
Right.
spread it, and y'all share it, and everybody share it, and just keep spreading it. I take those videos, those little clips of y'all and your Daisy Dukes or acting like.
And sometimes
Bill
we'd rather you
Clinton.
not, but it's okay.
And I get a lot of views on those.
I know. I've
and people are
noticed.
like, "Where are
I've
you?"
noticed. Boy, do we have fun.
We have a lot of fun.
On last Wednesday, I had an opportunity to hand out certificates of appreciation to those who served on our Christmas social planning committee, and it reminded me. I think I made the tagline that our motto is "We serve," and right next to that is "We party" or something. And we do have a really good time.
We do.
At our club, and you will meet your best friends here.
I love it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yep.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
Yes.
All right.